Okay, so we were solving the problems of step deviation method and we went on to solve the first problem under individual series. Okay, in case the data has huge values, we are going to split that up and use step deviation method to find the standard deviation. And the simple formula for calculation is sigma is equal to square root of sigma d dash. Okay, this is known as d dash square divided by n minus sigma d dash by n whole square into I. I is the common value. Now I can be found out by just taking the difference between the numbers. And if only numbers have the common value, you will be able to solve it under step deviation method. So that was for individual series. Now let's understand for discrete and continuous series. Now in discrete and continuous series, the formula is very similar except the addition of f, because in discrete and continuous series we will have frequencies. So if you see the individual series, there will not be frequency and only x will be given. So that is why here we don't add f in the formula. But if you see the discrete series and continuous series, we will have frequencies. So that is why we add f here in the formula. So sigma or summation of fd dash square by n minus fd dash by n whole square into I. Again, we have to calculate I. Here, let us understand few notations. That is d dash is equal to x minus a by I. So this is similar to yesterday's problem what we solved. We have to find out d dash, that is x minus a. A is assumed mean divided by I is the class intervals or common value. In this value of d dash is for discrete series. For continuous series, we have to take d dash is equal to midpoint. Instead of x, we will have midpoint in the continuous series with class intervals. So midpoint minus assumed mean divided by class intervals or common value. So this is for continuous series. So yesterday we went on to see the problem of individual series. So before going to the problem of discrete and continuous series, let's understand the steps to calculate. Okay, the steps are: first, you have to select a representative value within the given data. So inside whatever the data is given, if it is a discrete series, then consider the x values. Out of x values, you have to find one value as assumed mean. When it comes to continuous data, you have to find out the assumed mean from midpoint. Okay, I'll repeat this again. You have to find, or you have to allot a value as assumed mean from x in discrete series, from midpoint in continuous series. Okay, so that is the first step. After this, find d dash is equal to x minus a by I, or d dash is equal to m minus a by I. In case of discrete series, use this formula because we have x. In case of continuous series, use midpoint minus a by I. Now, once you find d dash, next also find d dash square. So once you find these values, just square them. Okay, that is known as step deviation square. Okay, this d dash square is called as step deviation square. Next, find fd and fd dash and fd dash square. Now what you have to do is, you just have to multiply this d dash into frequency and d dash square into frequency. Okay, that's what they've given. So then multiply frequency into d dash to get fd dash. Multiply frequency into d dash square to get fd dash square. Okay, so that is the next step. After finding these values, add them separately. So when you add all of the fd dash values, you will be finding summation of fd dash. And when you add up all the values of fd dash square, then you will find summation of fd dash square. After finding until here, you just have to use the formula that is given above. Which is the formula we are talking about? We are talking about this formula. That is sigma is equal to square root of summation fd dash square by n minus summation fd dash by n whole square into I. So we have to use this formula after finding all these steps. Okay, hope everybody understood. So these many steps. Let's go on to the problem now. So yesterday's problem was on individual series. Okay, this was individual series problem which we solved yesterday. Today, let us go on and understand the discrete series problem as well as continuous series problem. Okay, so let's first understand the problem here. Compute the standard deviation from the following data. And they've given us X and they've given F. One more important thing to note is for every problem under step deviation method can be used only, if you can see this last line here, okay, can be used only when the data given progresses evenly. So there should be equal amount of gap between the first, second term, again second and third term. Okay, so let's see this if there is equal amount of gap. So if you take the values of X, frequency does not matter. Okay, only the values of X matters. So X, if you see 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000 and 7000. So there is a difference of 1000 between every number given here. Okay, so let's just copy down this X and F from the problem to the solution. The heading is computation of standard deviation as usual. The first column will be X, and we copy down the values of X starting from 1000 to 7000. Next step, copy down all the frequencies from here starting with 8 until 2. So here you cannot find the even distribution of numbers, that is fine. In frequency you cannot get even distribution of numbers. Okay, so that is the first step. After this we have to assign a number as assumed mean. Okay, out of, this is the discrete series, so out of assumed mean, out of X values, we have to take one number as assumed mean. So now out of these X values, we have taken 4000 as assumed mean because it is a central value here. So 4000 is the assumed mean. Again, I'm reminding everybody, you can take any number out of X as assumed mean and solve. You will still get the same answer. But for our convenience and easiness to know, please take the central number if you have a odd number. If not, you can take 3000, 2000, 5000, 7000, any number can be taken as or considered as assumed mean. Okay, so 4000 is considered as assumed mean. Let's go on and find out the D dash value. So D dash, what is the formula? D dash is equal to X minus A divided by I. Okay, so here A we already considered it to be 4000. Okay, A is already considered to be 4000 and I is the common value or the common difference. So 2000 minus 1000 is 1000, 3000 minus 2000, 1000, 4000 minus 3000 is also 1000, 5000 minus 4000 is also 1000. So 1000 is the common value for us. So I value will become 1000. Okay, the value of I will become 1000. So this is how we calculate D dash, and that is what we have done here. So if you see X minus 4000, that is the assumed mean, divided by I is 1000. So we have taken that. So 1000 minus 4000, okay, 1000 is X. 1000 minus 4000 is 3000. Okay, 1000 minus 4000 is 3000 divided by 1000. Okay, if you take divided by 1000, 1000 ones are, 1000 threes are. So you have minus 3. Why minus 3? Because 1000 minus 4000 is minus 3000. Okay, you get a negative value. Next, 2000 minus 4000. I'll just use the whiteboard for you to understand it better. Okay, so the first value, is going to be 1000 minus 4000 divided by 1000. Okay, so this will give you 1000 minus 4000 will be minus 3000 divided by 1000. So this is gonna give you 1000 ones are 1000 threes are minus 3. Okay. Similarly, if you consider the value here, that is next value, that is 2000. 2000 minus 4000 will give you a value of how much? Minus 2000. Okay. So minus 2000 value when you get, and when you cancel the value, 1000 ones are 1000 twos are 1000 into 2 is 2000. So you get minus 2 as the value. That is what we have considered here. Okay, this minus 2. Then again when you consider next value 3000, if you take 3000 here, 3000 minus 4000 will give you minus 1000 divided by 1000, which is equal to minus 1. And 4000 minus 4000 is 0. 0 by 1000 is also 0. After which all the next numbers will be positive. 5000 minus 4000 is positive 1000. So positive 1000 divided by 1000 will give you again 1 only. 6000 minus 4000 by 1000 is 2. 7000 minus 4000 by 1000 is 3. Okay, I hope everybody understood until here. Did you all understand that table which I was teaching? That is the calculation of D dash. Okay, so let's continue. So after D dash, we have to multiply this D dash into frequency. Okay, we are supposed to multiply the D dash into frequency. So we multiply these two columns and find FD dash. Next step, after finding FD dash, this is completed. Now take this D dash column, and square it. All of these numbers must be squared. Squared means you have to multiply with the same number. Minus 3 into minus 3 will give you plus 9. Minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4. 1 into 1 is plus 1. 0 into 0 is same thing, 0. 1 into 1 is 1. 2 2s are 4. 3 3s are 9. So we have to find the D dash square. After finding D dash square, now again multiply frequency. Okay, multiply frequency into D dash square. So you're going to multiply this column and this column. That is 8 into 9, 72. 17 into 4, 68. 30 into 1, 30. 32 into 0, 0. 16 into 1 is 16. So we're going to multiply frequency and D dash square. Now after finding or after calculating all the table, we will get three major values where we are supposed to use that in the formula. Okay, so which are those three major values? Let's see. So the first value is the total of frequency, that is n, which is equal to 120. Next, sigma FD dash, that is minus 36, and sigma FD dash square, which is 264. So we have got three major numbers to be used in formula. Now let's go to the formula. This is sigma. Okay, sigma is equal to square root of sigma FD dash square by n minus sigma FD dash by n whole square into I. So sigma FD dash square is 264. This is the number. Divided by n is 120. Then sigma FD dash is minus 36. Divided by n is 120. Into I. I is nothing but 1000, which we considered here. I is nothing but 1000. Next, we are going to simplify this. Square root of 264 by 120 will give you the value of 2.2 minus here minus 36 divided by 120 will give you 0.3. Okay, it's only the division value. So first you have to do the division. 0.3 into divided by 120 will give you, sorry, 36 by 120 will give you 0.3, and I'm keeping the square as it is into 1000. Next step, square root of 2.2 minus 0.3 square, that is 0.3 into 0.3 will give me 0.09 into 1000. Next, 2.2 minus 0.09 is equal to square root of 2.11. Okay, so when I subtract these two numbers, I get the value of 2.11 into 1000. Then take out the square root. Do not multiply 1000 here. Okay, in this stage, do not multiply 1000. Keep it as it is. With square root, you cannot multiply the 1000. Okay, remove the square root. Once you remove the square root, you get the value 1.45258. Now multiply 1000 at the last step. So your standard deviation is 1452.58. Okay, so this is the final standard deviation value from the discrete series. Okay, hope everybody understood this problem. Anybody has doubt in this problem can leave it in the chat so I can address your doubts. Okay, that's nice. Everybody understood. Now let's continue to the next problem. So this was discrete series problem. Now let's go on and understand the continuous series problem. Now these questions are really important because they will be asked for 6 marks as well as 14 marks. Okay, these are the basic questions of standard deviation. Further, we will be learning standard deviation with covariance. Okay, covariance is where you can compare both the data. Okay, you can compare both the data and you will be able to find the conclusions. Okay, so those are the next level questions. We will be learning that in the next class. Okay, let's understand the next problem of continuous series. Now in the continuous series also the steps are going to remain same. Okay, the steps are going to remain completely same. So what we have to do is we have to consider the class intervals and the frequencies. But in this problem we are supposed to find out the midpoint. Okay, we're supposed to find out the midpoint because we have class intervals. Now let's just copy down the class intervals and frequencies from the question to the solution with the heading computation of standard deviation, which is given here. And then we copy down the X, that is the class intervals from 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70 and 70 to 80. So here we have a class interval size of 10. Okay, so there's a difference of 10 between the numbers. So I can take the common value or the class interval being 10. Okay, next. So let us continue here. So and then we took out the frequencies also. Frequencies also are copied. Then we have to calculate the midpoint. Now midpoint can be calculated by taking the lower limit of the class plus upper limit of the class, dividing it by 2. So 10 plus 20 by 2. 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 by 2 will give you 15. Then 20 plus 30 by 2, which is 50 by 2, 25. 25 is the answer. 30 plus 40, that will give you 70. 70 divided by 2, the answer is 35. Like this, we have to calculate the midpoint. After calculating the midpoint, let's go on to the next step, that is D dash. Now D dash is equal to M minus, the formula goes like this, M minus A divided by I. Okay, so that is the formula for D dash, M minus A. So A is your assumed mean divided by I is the common value. So let's take the, or let's take a value as assumed mean. So in this problem, I have taken the value of 45 as the assumed mean because it is the central value. Again, I repeat, you can take any number from midpoint. Now don't go back and take from frequency or X. Okay. In continuous series, assumed mean must be considered from midpoint. So from midpoint, I've taken the central value as assumed mean, that is 45. Let's calculate now. M minus 45, that is assumed mean, divided by 10 is I. How did I get 10? Either you can take the difference here between the numbers, or you can see the difference here between the numbers. So that will give you 10. Even if you take it here, it is 10, right? 15. 25 minus 15 is 10. 35 minus 25 is 10. So that is how we find the common value. So find out D dash now. So 15 minus 45. 15 minus 45 will give you minus 30. Minus 30 divided by 10 is minus 3. 25 minus 45 will give you minus 20. Minus 20 by 10 will give you minus 2. 35 minus 45 will give you minus 10. Minus 10 by 10 is 1. 45 minus 45 will give you 0. 0 divided by 10 is 0 again. Next, 55 minus 45 by 10 is plus 10 divided by 10 will give you plus 1. 65 minus 45 is again plus 20. Plus 20 by 10 will give you plus 2. 75 minus 45 will give you plus 30. Plus 30 by 10 will give you 3. So this is how we find out D dash. So I hope everybody understood how to find the D dash here. We're just applying the formula M minus A by I. After finding D dash, now multiply two columns. That is nothing but frequency into D dash. Okay, so we are going to multiply frequency and D dash to find FD dash here. So 2 into minus 3 is minus 16. Sorry, minus 6 that is. Okay. This slight calculation mistakes are there, so it will be rectified then and there, do not worry. Okay, 5 into 2, okay, 5 into 2 is minus 10, 7 into 1 is minus 7, then you have 11 into 0 is 0, 6 into 1 is 6, 3 into 2 is 6, 1 into 3 is 3. So that these are the FD dash values you get. Then FD dash square. FD dash square is nothing but you have to take these numbers and square them. Once you square, you get 3 3s are 9, 2 2s are 4, 1 1s are 1, 0 into 0 is 0, 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9. So you will be able to calculate D dash square. After this, now the last step is to multiply frequency into D dash square. Okay, we are supposed to multiply these two numbers which I've put in pink. Okay, so multiply these two numbers and get FD dash square. Okay, so after we find FD dash square, now we have got the three major numbers which are required for calculations. That is n is equal to 35. Next, sigma FD dash is equal to minus 8. Sigma FD dash square is equal to 72. Okay, sigma FD dash square is equal to 72. So we have got three major numbers to apply in the formula. Did you all understand the table completely? Anybody has doubt in the table part? So everybody understood the table. Okay, let's go and finish the problem with the formula. Now in the formula, we are supposed to just apply the numbers. Now what are the numbers that we had? Let us just see that. So sigma is equal to root of sigma FD dash, that is okay, FD dash square FD dash square by n minus FD dash whole square. Okay, there's a dash which is missing in the printing part. Okay, next. So let's put the numbers. Okay, let's quickly put the numbers. The numbers are FD dash square. Okay, so what was the number of FD dash square? 72. Okay, 72 divided by 35 minus FD dash was minus 8. Okay, minus 8 divided by 35. How did you get 35? The total of frequency is 35. So that is considered here. So 72 by 35 minus 8 by 35 whole square. So the next step is the simplification. Before that, we forgot this I. I is nothing but the class interval or the common value. So that is into 10. So next step, 72 by 35 is equal to 2.05. When you just divide these two numbers, you get 2.05 minus 8 by 35 will give you 0.2286. So this division is going to give you 0.2286 and I'm still keeping the square as it is. Next step, take down this number as it is, that is 2.057. 7 is just added a little. You can just keep 2.05 also. Minus, when you square these numbers, 0.2286 into 0.2286, you will get 0.05226. Okay, so this is the total value after squaring. Do not multiply 10 until the last step. Okay, because with square root you cannot multiply the outer numbers. Now subtract these two values, you get 2.00474 into 10 will be as it is. Now remove the square root. So calculate square root of 2.00474 will give you 1.4158. Okay, so 1.4158 when you give and multiply that with 10, you will get the value as 14.158. So the standard deviation for this continuous series problem is 14.158. Okay, so this is a complete problem of continuous series as well as discrete series where the formula remains the same and step remains the same. So here the formula is sigma is equal to square root of sigma fd dash square divided by n minus sigma fd dash by n whole square into I. So that is the total problem of continuous series. Okay, did you all understand this problem? Any doubts in this problem? Leave it. Can you please leave it in chat? Okay, nice. Let's go for the next problem. Next problem is a little statement type problem. We have already solved this such type of problem before. If you remember in arithmetic mean, while calculating arithmetic mean, we have solved this problem. Particularly this problem is same from the arithmetic mean, but just that we are gonna solve an extra thing that is known as standard deviation. Okay, if you remember this problem, I hope everybody remembers this. A company paid bonus to its employees as follows. They have given us monthly salary and bonus paid, but along with this, they also gave us the actual salaries. So we are supposed to use tally bars here to find out the frequency. They have not given us the frequency. We have to find out the frequency and then we will be continuing the problem of calculating the total bonus paid, average salary paid and the standard deviation. So we have solved this problem until here. That is second point. Average salary and bonus total we have already found out. I'm just going to revise the whole problem once again here and then add standard deviation of salary. Okay, let's understand. Let's go to the solution now. The problem is about calculating total bonus paid. That is this first point, and average salary paid. That is calculation of arithmetic mean, and standard deviation of salary paid. So therefore, the solution. How is the solution? We have to draw a table first to calculate number of employees in each class. They have given us monthly salary, they have given us bonus paid. If you see here, bonus paid in rupees. But the actual salary of the employees are given as raw data. So this raw data has to be converted into the table, the statistical table. How do we do that? Using the tally bars. Okay, let's go on to the next slide to understand the first table. Now here in the first table, if you check, I hope now you are able to remember this problem. So we have monthly salary, which comes from the question, which is given in the question here, that is 100 to 120, 120 to 140, and so on. Okay, that has been given here and copied completely. Next, number of employees. Number of employees, we are supposed to find this out using the raw data, using this data, this 205, 190, using this data, we are supposed to calculate the frequency. Okay, so that is given in the tally bars. And then for frequency and bonus. Bonus is nothing but this frequency part, which is whichever is given here. Okay, so that is the bonus which we will be calculating completely. Now, after finding out bonus, the next thing for us is F into X, that is frequency into bonus. So we will be multiplying frequency into bonus to calculate the arithmetic mean. So that is the very simple problem which we are going to solve here. So let's go on and solve from first column. So after taking monthly salary, let us consider all these numbers and put the tally bars. Now, how do we put the tally bars? Start from first number, 205. So 205 belongs to this category here, that is 200 to 220. So 205 will come in between these two numbers. And then next next number, 190. So 190 will be coming between 180 to 200. Then the next number, 195, then we have 218. Okay, so 195 again can be considered, 195 again can be considered under this number only, and 218 will again be in the next class, that is 200 to 220. Like this, we have to go on and put the tally bars. Now for the in the tally bars, once you put four numbers, okay, after counting four numbers, the fifth count will go like this, that is cross mark which we put for the tally bars. So which means, now let us count these tally bars. Okay, that is one. Okay, one tally bar is there. 1, 2, 3. So we have three tally bars here. So here one complete round is completed. So which means 5 tally bars. So here it is 5. This is 5. Then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 tally bars. Then 5 again directly, 2 tally bars and 1 tally bar. So this will give us the frequency. So these tally bars were denoted, or they were drawn using all these numbers. Okay, all these numbers were drawn there. So once we find the frequencies, that will be n is equal to 26. How did we get n? We just added all the frequency. So after this, X is given in the problem. So we copied this directly from the problem. That is where it was given in the frequency part. Next, we are supposed to multiply these two columns now. That is frequency and X. When you multiply these two columns, then you get Fx. So 1 into 500 is 500, 3 into 600 is 1800. Like this, we multiplied all the numbers and we got Fx. Now, when you total all this Fx, okay, so this is not 1 point, this is just 1100. Okay, so this, when you add up everything, you get a total of 20,600. Okay, you get a total of 20,600. So 20,600 is the total bonus paid. If you see the question, if you happen to observe the question, the first one asks us to find out the total bonus. So the total bonus is here, that is F into X, to 20,600. Okay, so did everyone understand this table? Did you all understand this table? Please leave it in chat if you have any doubts in this table. We just calculated f and fx. Okay, now let's go to the next table. We have to find one more table for calculation of standard deviation. Now let's see here in this what we have to do. Now calculation of average salary and the standard deviation. Now here first monthly salary will be taken as it is, that is the class intervals and frequencies which we found out. Okay, the frequencies here which we found out, that will be considered here. Okay, that frequencies are taken here. Then mid value, find out the mid value. 100 plus 120 by 2, 120 plus 140 by 2, 140 plus 160 by 2, that will give you the mid value. After this, we are gonna consider D dash. How do we find D dash? What is the formula? M minus A by I, that is assumed mean by I, that is 20. So what we have to do is we have to assign a number here, assign a number out of these things. So I'm taking the central value, that is 170. So 170 divided by 20. How 20? The difference between the numbers. The difference between the numbers here as well as here is 20. So I'm going to take that 20 there and find out D dash. Immediately you can find D dash square. Just square all these numbers. Okay, just square all these numbers, you get D dash square. Now, after finding D dash and D dash square, let's multiply frequencies. So frequencies into D dash will give you FD dash square. Okay, so frequency into D dash will give you FD dash square, and then again frequency into D dash square will give you FD dash square. So first it's only FD dash, we are not squaring it, we are only multiplying frequency into D dash. The next step, multiply frequency into D dash square, which will give you FD dash square. Now after completing this table, okay, so what all did we find? We found D dash square, FD dash and FD dash square. Okay, so those are the major things which we were supposed to find out. Now after this, we have to just go for the formula. Let's quickly finish up the formula. So the formula here, we also have to find out the arithmetic mean. So that is why we have used this calculation here. Okay, arithmetic mean using the step deviation method we have found out. So arithmetic mean is 168.46. Next, after this, just put the standard deviation formula, that is sigma is equal to sigma FD dash square by n minus sigma FD dash by n whole square. So we have the three major numbers required. We are going to apply these three major numbers and find out the standard deviation. That will be square root of 48 into 48 by 26 minus 2. Minus 2 is here. Minus 2 by 48. Sorry, minus 2 by 26 this is. Okay, so minus 2 by 26 whole square. Okay, whole square into 20. So when you simplify this, your standard deviation will be 27.13. Okay, so this is the complete calculation of standard deviation when after finding out the average bonus, after finding out the arithmetic mean, and then the standard deviation.